Yeah, what's up, guys? And Sendar Gaming here. And first of all, we need to talk about whether if I'm quitting Black Desert or not. And as you guys saw in the Musa's Bad video, I was either going to be taking a break or quitting. And the decision is I'm gonna keep playing BDO, and we're gonna keep putting out more Black Desert content. If you want me to explain why I'm not quitting, mostly because a lot of you guys in the comments and a lot of you guys in my Discord community have been telling me to just stay on the game and not quit. So that's exactly what we're doing. I just came back about last night, and at the moment I have to get my life skills in order. None of them are running. Like I have to just set up everything. Like I have none of my workshops are running. I have no cooking at the moment, so I'm just getting through the process of getting that done, and then we'll be right back at it. But if you like more information on why I chose to stay, just join my community Discord and look at the announcements channel, and that pretty much explains everything on why I'll be sticking with BDO. But in general, if I'm gonna be staying, I have to have fun with this game. So what's going to end up happening is I'm going to be hard rolling off of my Mystic and coming back to Musa. So that means more Musa videos. I'll start making guides on the new combo system for Musa, how the stamina changes affect us. All that good stuff is going to be coming out. But for the time being, let's get to the title of this video. So the title of this video is how to make one bill a week. Now, making one bill a week to a lot of you might sound like, dude, that's a lot of money. But to a lot of players in the game that are in the siege guilds, or people like me, it's really nothing. I'm actually making up to 2 bill if I have a good week. Like if I'm really on my life skills, I can make up to 2 bill. Now there's going to be some prerequisites of getting the 1 bill, but first I want to talk about the do's and don'ts. The first thing I'd want to say is I see this in a lot of people. The biggest common mistake with people's node setups is that they'll connect from Grana or they'll connect from Etheria, and they're always connected from Grana to like Valencia or like Arahaza town. Now, the reason I do not recommend that you connect across the world while you're gathering your materials is because you're actually wasting like 100 CP on just connections. But when you really think about it, you're really only turning in your crates like once a week, once a month, you know? So when it comes down to it, it's not worth to have it connected. The only time you want to have your node setup connected across the world is when you're actually turning in your crates. So let's say it's that one day of the month where you're turning in your crates, you disconnect your current node empire, and then you connect across the world, turn it in, and then you reconnect your empire. This is just common knowledge, but I see this as a very common mistake that people make. So hopefully I can prevent you guys from doing that. The second most common mistake I see people doing is a lot of people, they always collect all the wheat and barley from Northern Wheat Plantation, and in Velia Town they're always gathering like potatoes from here, they're always gathering from Finto, and then they have, I think it's Tuscany Farm, then they have the corn here, and they're like, yeah, I need all that for beer. But in reality, these nodes actually you don't even need. The better node to take in general, this is for everyone, is you want to take Shuri Farm, and you want to grab the sweet potato farming node. The sweet potato farming node is really good because, as you can see, you get sweet potatoes, high quality sweet potato, and special sweet potato. So it's recommended you put a human on this node. And I mean, even if you go look into my Alta Nova node setup, you can see, like, look, I have a lot of high quality sweet potatoes and plenty of special sweet potatoes and about 14k of like the regular ones. So typically I crush the regular sweet potato for flour, and then I can sell half of it because I won't really need all of it. And then I can use my blue and green procs to cook beer because it takes up less potatoes. That's ever if I need to cook beer. Personally, I prefer to buy the beer, but sometimes beer can be sold out. So sometimes I'll craft the beer on my cooking days, but normally I end up buying it, and if it's not on the market, well then I have this backup of just having one node that gets me plenty of beer crafts. Now the other don't would be, do not do a full trading setup, and I'm going to explain why. Now this is just a fact. Active grinding is always going to net you more money than life skilling. This is just a fact of the game. And the way you want to set up your life skills is you want them to be as AFK and minimal as possible while outputting the maximum money while having the more time to actively grind. So if you can get what I'm saying here.
What? What the?
That's kind of what is going on here. There we go. I don't know why I just couldn't gather that piece of tree. But the reason I'm saying this is realistically, when you're AFK processing, for a lot of people, the time you spend AFK processing actually doesn't change. Now, the amount of time you spend processing doesn't change, and the amount your workers can craft the crates doesn't change. Do you see what I'm saying? So for example, realistically, with most people's trade setups, you're really only gonna make like maybe like 3 crates. Realistically, you're only gonna be making 3 crates a week. So don't be that guy that in your life skill setup you get like every crate in the game, like you're doing steel, brass, bronze. Don't be that guy. Calpheon, Medaya Timber, Balanos Timber. Don't be that guy. I would recommend personally, you pick 3 out of the pack. Now typically the better ones to be getting would be the Calpheon crates, brass crates, and steel. Some people like to do bronze over brass. It's really your preference, and it's going to have to link up to the kind of workshop you do. Now, to at least get 1 bill a week, you're going to want to have at least 250 CP and 250 energy. I actually have a video on how to get 250 CP and energy in about 2 days on my YouTube channel. I'll put the link to that in the description if you guys want to check that out. Honestly guys, if you want to make money in this game, you have to life skill. Don't be that guy that's just going to be like, hell, I'm just going to grind all day, or I'm just going to gather all day. You need to have AFK life skills if you want to make more money. I promise you. If you want to get better at this game, and if you want to get more money per week, and you want to get the gear, you have to life skill. Do not ignore it, and do not be lazy about it. The saying goes, if you're not life skilling in this game, you're not making any money, because you don't have any AFK income. What you want to do is you want to have that energy and CP, and then you want to have at least Artisan 2 trading. Now, a lot of people are going to argue that, hey, I'm a new player, trading is not good for me. It takes too long to get. This is where I heavily disagree, because the fact is, anyone in this game can go get Artisan 2 trading in about 3 to 4 days. All you have to do is just do the rolling method. It's boring, but it gets it done quicker. Rather than spending a whole month to 2 months doing junk trades and making no money, why not just do the rolling method for 3 days and be on your way? You know, why wait a month, 2 months, when you could just get it done in 3 days? You know what I mean? So, you want to have at least Artisan 2 trading. If you need a link to how to get that quickly, I will also put that in the description. As far as processing goes, you don't need to really worry about it. Any other life skill, you do not have to worry about it. You can automatically power it through. And the last thing I would recommend is life skill clothes. Now, if I were to hop on my warrior, I could show you actually. So let me do that. Alright, so we're on my warrior. As you can see, I have +3 processing and +3 cooking. Now, +3 processing and +3 cooking, I would say is mandatory for everybody in this game. You need to have these +3s. Outside of that, if you're going to be doing trading, you should have +3 trading clothes. That's also going to be necessary. If you're doing farming, you should have +3 farming clothes. Those clothes are really, really necessary. If you're going to be doing a more gathering intensive life skill setup, then you should have +3 gathering clothes. Now for me, I don't do much gathering in my setup personally, and that's fine. You don't have to. If you want to gather more, you can. If you want to gather less, you can. You just gotta look at it like that. The main key here is having those +3s is gonna speed up your yield and your speed of the life skilling of which you do. So I want to talk about the methods of making money. Now, the way I'm going to teach you guys how to make money is going to be very different from other YouTubers that you may have seen, other guides. The way I'm going to tell it to you guys is the way it's not going to affect the game's market. For example, a while back ago, Sundar made a guide about good feed. What happened was he crashed the market and then no one made money because everyone started to do it. And that's not my intention here. In order for me guys to really help you, I have to tell you something that's going to make you guys all do something different that's going to make you money in general. And not everyone's going to do it. And it's something that you can customize to fit to yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys kind of the basic general layout of how to be making this money. Alright guys, so you can see I'm making a public Google document for all of you. I'll be sharing this in the description as well on how you want to set it up, or if you kind of want to see my thinking. But the other big thing I want to talk about is why am I doing it by week and not per day? Well, one day you might make 140 mil, the next day you might make like 260 mil. It varies, so it's better to average it out per week because there's so much RNG in Black Desert. So averaging out per week, you're going to see the average of how much money you're actually making. It's just better. Hourly money in this game, daily money in this game does not mean anything. You want to look at it per week because everything is going to add up in that week. Your goal is going to be life skilling the least while having AFK income, while having the most time to actively grind as possible. That is the goal. Okay? So we're going to split it up. I'm going to make this very easy for you guys. Let's talk about cooking first. So for cooking, we obviously recommended you want the +3 cooking clothes. And if you want to be even better off, you should have the pay-to-win cooking costume, and you should have the alchemy lifestone as well. So you can have a 1-second cook time. The 1-second cook time saves you about 20 minutes per utensil you use. So for cooking, you're going to have to do a bit of gathering, and here's the reason why. If you look here, I usually run my workshops out of Calpheon at the moment because I'm living in Grana, but as you can see, I've been making advanced cooking utensils here. And as you see right now in the video, I'm gathering. Well, the reason for this is because advanced cooking utensils are going to require, it's going to require the usable scantlings, and it's going to require polished stone. So this is really important because, as you can see, it has 900 durability, and it also decreases your cook time by 1 second. So if you're going to be cooking every week, you need to have at least like 14 to 16 cooking utensils a week. So we're going to label this first tab gathering. Now as far as gathering goes, if you do not have a hedgehog, okay, you want to do 1 gather of logs per week, and you want to do 2 gathers of rough stone per week. The reason for this And by the way, if you guys don't know, the Roughstone hotspot is in Pilgrim's Haven. Pilgrim's Haven, there's plenty of Roughstone. You can get the Roughstone in like 30 minutes max. It's very easy. So, this is for if you do not have a hedgehog. If you have a hedgehog, right? You're gonna do one gather of logs per week, and you're gonna do one gather of Roughstone per week. This is gonna equal to about 14 to like 20 advanced cooking utensils per week. Okay? So by gathers, I mean gather equals your full energy pool. Now, I recommend this gathering to be done on your main characters, because you're going to be on your main the most. As far as trading goes, as far as cooking goes, as far as processing goes, you want to have that on your alternate characters. The reason for this is, as an example, some of you guys might be grinding at Giffins all the time, and then your main city might be like Valencia, let's say. And if that's the case, then it'd be really inconvenient if you had to go all the way from Giffins back to Valencia just to AFK process over the night. So for that reason, you're going to want to have a life scaling alt for cooking and processing, and preferably trading too. But okay, so we've gotten the gathering portion out the window. So if you want to cook, this is what you have to do. Now, let's talk about cooking. Alright, so there's cooking, right? So rather than me telling you exactly what to cook, if I were to tell you what to cook, then everyone's going to start doing it. Okay, so that's not going to help you. What will help you is if I teach you how to figure out what you want to cook. So, example, let's go ahead and go to BDOcodex.com. It's very easy. Go to BDO Codex. But like I've been saying, guys, nothing in this game is actually a secret. So now, just type in cooking box and set this to 200. Now you can see a bunch of boxes you can turn in, as you can see. So I urge you guys to all come here and figure out what you guys want to cook. So when you come here,
purchase your tracks today.
alright, cool. So now that we're here, so for example, you're like, okay, so what should I cook per week? So how am I going to figure this out? It's very easy. Just come to this list. Let's see. So, for example, you're looking for what you want to cook. Alright, so here's some honey wine. Let's take a look at honey wine. What does honey wine require? Open that up. Product or recipe. It's cool. So, as a disclaimer, I don't do honey wine, but the result of how much I make is going to be very similar to how much you make, like money wise. Okay, let's take a look. So we see it needs honey, essence of liquor, sugar, and mineral water. So that's easy. So as an example, obviously you can buy mineral water from your cooking NPC. Same with sugar. Essence of liquor is quite easy. It's just leavening agent, grain flour, and fruit. A lot of people like to actually do that for CP. So as you can see, there's actually plenty of essence of liquor on the market. And as you can see, it's really cheap. Really cheap. So you could just totally buy this off the market. Or if you don't want to do that, you can totally just freaking craft it if you like. But I recommend that you invest some money to make more money. It's just going to save you more time. Otherwise, you'd be spending, you're just going to be spending more silver. So, you can buy the leavening agent, and it takes honey. So, honey is easy. There's 239k up. You can buy the honey too if you need it. Or, You can alternatively, as I would recommend to everybody in this game, you want to have this node right here, Alejandro Farm, for cooking honey. It's one of the most important nodes in the game for cooking, and everybody should have this. Everyone. 100%. But yeah, you have some options here. So, as an example, if you want to spend the least time cooking per week, the way I divide it up is I do one cooking day a week.
Purchase your tracks today.
So, one cooking day a week, that's with 1 second cook time. Now, what's going to end up happening is you'll make this honey wine, and then when it's time to turn it in, you're going to turn in the cooking box. Okay? Now, Imperial delivery traders for the honey wine, they all take items at about 250% of the price. And this price doesn't change. So, I'm going to give you an example as if I were doing this, right? So the manager is going to take this at 250%.
Tracks today.
So I'm roughly getting about 190,000 silver each artisan honey wine cooking box. Now the way Imperial deliveries work is it takes half of your CP, and then you can turn in that many boxes of it every day. So for me, as you can see here, I have 313, so we do 313 divided by 2. I can do 156 boxes a day. So we multiply that by 190,000, and that's 29 mil a day. 29 mil a day. So for me, that's what it's looking like. So let me just bump this down a little bit. So the key is invest as much as possible into the recipes so you can profit. So I'm netting 29 mil in return from what I invest. Right? Off of the honey wine, as you can see. So, per week, right? I'm getting 207 mil per week off of just cooking. Just cooking, because I spent 1 day cooking this, and then I'm turning it in
Your tracks today.
to an Imperial delivery manager, which takes me about an hour. When it comes to turning in the boxes, it's going to take you about 1 hour to turn them in. So as you can see, this is 207 mil a week for just 1 day of cooking and 1 hour each day turning in the box. And in that 1 hour, you're getting 30 mil. You can't beat that because it's AFK money and you're always going to have this. On top of that, because you're cooking, you're going to be getting your CP up. So your CP for the remainder of the game is going to consistently be going up. So now the question is, but wait, you're not actually getting 207 mil because you're investing. So investments, how's that getting paid off? Well, I'm going to tell you.
Purchase
So
your tracks today.
you want to look at cooking as a whole of how much money you're going to be making. So give you an example here. So if I look over to my warrior, I have about 1,600 of these Imperial delivery seals. And what this is that for each box you turn in, you get 1 seal. As you can see, there's a black essence Cobelinus in the description. What that is, it's a black essence crystal, and then you go to the market, you buy the ancient Cobelinus, it's for 1.8 mil, and then you make it into this, and you sell it for 18 mil. See what I'm saying? So look at it like this, right? I told you that I could do 156 boxes a day. In a week, I'm getting 1,000. So quickly, as you can see, they're worth about 400 each. So I'm getting about 800 Cabalinuses, or 800 of these a week. So that's about 2 Cabalinus crystals a week. So let's just say it's 16 mil because you're investing 1.8 mil into this. and then times the market tax, which is, this is how you calculate it. It's so it's 16 mil multiplied by 0.845. That's the market tax. So cool, you're getting about 13 mil profit per crystal. So in a week, that's 27 mil extra. Bonus money, we'll call it bonus money. Imperial delivery seal, approximately 27 mil per week. So this can quickly nullify my investment. Do you see what I'm saying? But what else? What else? Milk is the other thing you get from cooking. If you're going to be cooking these byproducts to be worth up to a week, realistically, you're going to have about, I'd like to say, maybe 4,000 milk a week from cooking. The rest of it can come from gathering it on your alts, or you can gather it by farming, whatever you want to do. You can get extra milk that way. But let's say you're getting 4,000 milk. What is milk used for? Milk is used for plenty of things, okay? Milk is the byproduct in which you can make plenty of money off of. So when you get to the item here, this is the item. So BDO codex, used in recipe, can make aloe yogurt, borscht, fruit pudding, honeycomb cookie. And here's the cool thing. Honeycomb, milk tea, I believe, I don't think soft bread. I think soft bread does have a box actually. I know Sue tea has a box. I think oatmeal might too. Yeah, I believe it does. So, as you can see, milk can be used to make honeycomb cookies, and if you want to make those, you'll notice it's also a box. You see this? Let's take a look at how much it's worth. They're worth about, boy, there you go. It's 145,000. So 145,000 multiplied by the 250% tax, or bonus, you could say. What am I doing right now? There you go. So you're gonna get about 362 mil off this box. Off of the fact that you're getting about 4,000 milk a week, let's say, that's gonna be looking like this. You're probably gonna be able to make like 80 to 100 boxes of this. So it was 362 mil. You get 80 of these. That's an extra 28 mil right there that week. Right? So you go back to this. Milk can equal 28 mil extra per week. This right here quickly pays off for what you're investing. Plus, it's AFK money. So you can't beat it. You cannot beat that. This is AFK money in which you're only spending 1 day to cook it, so you have it for the entire week, and then you're spending 1 hour turning it in for an average of 207 mil per week. That's based off of the artisan honey wine. Now, there's plenty of other boxes you can do, and they can all net different amounts of money. Now for milk, the honeycomb cookie isn't the only product. You can also do milk tea. And as you can see, milk tea, it just makes the Master Tea's cooking box, and that also sells for a lot. So you have the milk tea cooking box. You can do, I think even Sue Tea has a cooking box as well. Let's take a look. Pretty sure it does. It does, you see. Also, you can use milk to process into cream or cheese. Now, if you want to do that, you're going to need more milk for this. But for cheese, as you can see, it can be used in all this stuff. For cream, I don't think cream is actually used in any of the cooking boxes. Let's take a look though. I'll let you guys know. Meat soup. I don't think it's used for anything. I don't even think fruit pie is a box. Let's take a look. Could be. No, it's not. Yeah, I don't recognize any of these. But for cheese, there's a cheese gratin box. I've seen that. I've seen fish fillet salad. I've seen meat croquette. I've seen meat sandwich. So you come here, cheese gratin becomes a box. Fish fillet salad. Okay, so fish fillet salad isn't one. Meat croquette. There's the cooking box for that. There's meat sandwich. It's also a box. So you're gonna pick Imperial Delivery, cooking box, pick any. Pick a milk product. Investments become irrelevant because of the Imperial Delivery seals and milk byproduct. This is averaging about 250 mil to 400 mil a week. Easy money. So that's cooking for you. Or alchemy is what I'm also going to pick. So alchemy is pretty similar to cooking. If you look, just type alchemy box and you can find plenty of alchemy boxes. So alchemy is more or less the same thing. However, alchemy is going to be more resource intensive. You're going to have to get more mats, and the challenge of being able to keep it up every day for a week is going to be a challenge, but you can do it. Alright, so that's cooking for you in a nutshell. The next thing we need to talk about is workshops. I recommend you have 5 workshops. Okay? 5 workshops. Okay. Now, 1 is going to be your tool workshop for the cooking utensils. For workshops, you want to have 2 of something that's different. So for example, you could have 2 furniture workshops and then like 2 refineries, or you could have 2 armor workshops and 2 costumes. You should not have 4 armor workshops. You want to make it different. Now, this is why it's broad. Basically, as far as workshops go, I don't really have to tell you like what to do. So I told you, again, if I told you exactly what to do, then everyone who watches this video is going to do that. And that's not what you want. The way to look this stuff up, guys, is easy. Alright guys, as you can see, if I wanted to make costumes, I can come in game, look for a costume mill, and you can quickly see. This takes cotton, powder of earth, blackstone powder, flax, powder of thyme, powder of crevice, cotton, silver embroidered gatherer's clothes, all this stuff. So now you're going to be like, okay, so, I mean, how do I get all this stuff? So, let's pick silver embroidered trader's clothes. It takes cotton. Okay, come to BDO Codex, look for cotton, click it, obtained from node, 2 nodes, comes from auto farm and Kasula farm, scroll down, shows you where you can find it, boom, you just got some cotton. Powder of crevice, and that's easy, type in powder of crevice. Obtained from node. There's 8 nodes. Some in Valencia, some in Calfia, Medaya, Valencia, Comasilvia. You guys get the gist? There's no secrets in this game. You just gotta do the research. Go to BDO Codex. They have everything in the game. Every item. So as far as your workshops go, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just look it up. See what you want to do. Like pick some. Jeweling, handcraft, horse gear. They all make similar amounts of money. As far as your workshops go, if you're running 5 workshops, one being your tool, so that doesn't really count, but you're having 4 of an actual moneymaker like armor, refinery, weapon, furniture, which just goes straight to the marketplace. Now we're talking about maybe like 350 mil to 500 mil a week just doing this. Now I'm going to get back to workshops in a minute because workshops actually are going to come hand in hand with your trading setup. So now let's talk about trading. Trading doesn't affect the market at all, so not much really. So typically you want a node setup for this. So everyone I think should have a Calpheon box, like the Calpheon trading crate. And then you should have 2 metals. So you can pick bronze, you can pick brass, you can pick steel, all that good stuff. 2 metals, you pick them. And then you want to pick these metals. So I think everyone should have a Calpheon trading crate, and then you want to pick 2 metals. You could pick bronze, brass, or steel. Just pick 2, not all of them, because that's inefficient. Just pick 2, and whatever 2 you pick, all good. I mean, crates are easy. So for bronze, you can see you need melted copper and melted tin. Get a full list of it. Obtained from node. There you go. It's 3 nodes of tin, and then a bunch of nodes for copper. So you can pick. You can legitimately pick which ones you want. So if you were doing bronze, you'd probably want to get all the tin ore, and then for copper, to pick a few. You don't need all of them. And then, boom. You got bronze crate. Brass, same stuff. Steel, same stuff. You can look it up. It's easy. So, trading, basically, you want to be, whenever you log off, you want to be AFK processing. Okay? Now, trading, it's not like the biggest money maker in the game. It's just part of your income. So, trading realistically is like 150 mil to like 200, maybe 90 mil a week, depending on how much you're AFK processing. Okay? So, let's go back to workshops really quick on how you're going to pick this. So if you look closely, I said you can pick 2 metals. Bronze. So take a look at this. You got a bronze ingot. Product of design. Used in design. And you can see that bronze is actually used for a lot of things. You can make bronze daggers. You can make barricades. You can make bronze hose. You can make reform stones. You can make a bunch of furniture. Keytar kunais, sayer knots, sharp butcher knife, sharp fluid collector. It's pretty easy, you know? So, example, let's look at something. So when you're deciding your workshops are going to be affected by what you're doing for trading. So for the metals, we saw bronze. So example. Alright, this looks pretty easy. Shabby wagon cover. Ash plywood, bronze ingot, flax thread, and blackstone. So let's go to the market. Shabby wagon cover, let's go for 300k. Ash plywood. There's plenty of it on the market. You can just buy and profit. It's easy as that, guys. You want it to be as AFK as possible. You're investing money to make money. Flax, that comes from a node. Blackstone pottery, you just gotta crush up blackstones or black crystals. You guys know this. This should be easy. It's easy as that. Look, anyone can do this. And look at how many recipes there are. You see this? There's so much stuff you can do. This is exactly why I'm not telling you exactly what to do. I'll give you the layout, and you pick what you want to do. But at the end of the day, you're making the same money as everyone else. End of the day. So you could have 2 workshops of like let's say that the handcrafted table or the wagon cover we were talking about, right? And then let's say you're making steel. All right, cool. I have steel as well. Let's take a look. Steel. Look at this. There's 180 designs. Look at how much stuff you can pick. Look at this. There's a full list here. You can do costumes. There's so much stuff you can do in this game that me telling you this doesn't affect you. It's not going to affect anyone. As long as you guys are coming here to learn, this is how you do it. You just got to look up in BDO Codex what you want to make, what is steel used for, and then boom, get a workshop on it. Alright, steel. Here's an example. So for steel, let's say you want to make Serendian blacksmith armors. Okay, so Serendian blacksmith armors, they go for 700k. Okay, steel, you can make that. Fine, tough hide is obtained by gathering. Okay, so now you know, hey, if I'm going to be doing this crate or this workshop, I have to gather as much as possible. Right? So tough hide, you can easily look. You gotta process it, but what does it come? It comes from tough hide. Okay. Where does tough hide come from? It comes from either belladonna, ox hide, pig hide, or rhino hide. You pick. It's as easy as that. Typically for tough hide, oxes and pig hides would be the easiest ones to get. Oxes is probably my personal choice, but some people do pig hide too, and that's fine. So, cool. If I want to do the blacksmith armors, then basically I need as much tough hide as I can get possible. And then for flax fabric, I mean, that just comes from a node. So these are all examples of what you could be doing. There's so much stuff you can do. So, cool. Now I know if I have to gather that. Whenever your energy is capped, you want to gather your workshop materials. Okay? So, it's easy. Oh, and then as for your alts as well, use it to gather milk or gather your workshop materials for extra. And you do want to waste your energy on your alts. The longer they sit, the more money you're losing. You want to use up your energy as you get it. And then guess what? The rest of your time equal spent grinding. So, as you can see, this is the basic layout of how to make money. So, on estimates, right? If you're doing trading, let's do the minimum estimate here, right? Here's the minimum estimate: 150 mil a week on trading. We're getting 300 mil a week on workshops. Well, 350 mil, so plus 350. Right, I know we're getting like 250 mil at the very least on cooking. So at the very least, you guys should be having like 750 mil AFK life skill set up. You know? So AFK life skills total up to $750 mil. And guys, this stuff is mostly AFK. The only shit that's active is like the 1 day of cooking and then like the gathering. And that doesn't even take long. So now you're like, wow, 750 mil a week AFK. So how much do I have to be grinding to get that 1 bill? Look at it like this. What's everyone's favorite grind spot? And this is not the only grind spot in the game. There's plenty of grind spots. I can make a separate video about grind spots, right? But take a look, boys. So, a lot of people love to do pirates. Pirates is about 20 mil an hour. Let's say you grind for 3 hours a day. Every day. Active grind. Right? That's 20 mil an hour. So that's 60 mil a day. That's 420 mil a week. That's 420 mil a week, guys. look, you're hitting 1 bill. And this is all based on a minimum estimates that you're setting up your AFK life skills. Now, this all varies. Some of you might be able to grind more. Some of you might have more CP. You might have artisans. The more artisans you have, the more AP you have, the bigger grind spots you can grind. You'll be making more money. Simple as that. And the fact is, if you do it like this, you'll be making more money. So as you guys can see, making money in this game is no secret. It's not hard. Just divide up your time and do it accordingly. This is the list. I'll put this publicly in the description, but it's fairly easy. 1 bill a week is easy. I'm actually making up to 2 bill a week at the moment because I have pretty high CP and I can grind stuff like gatekeepers and giffins. So I'm actually making a lot more money, and then I'm just doing a few certain boxes, and I have a good workshop running, and I have artisans too. So yeah guys, that's really it for this video. I hope my advice helped and what I said made sense to you guys. But yeah, so just so you guys know, I won't be quitting, I'll be staying, and I will be recruiting for my guild. So if you guys want to learn how to make money, if you want me to help you optimize your life skills, you want to grind, you want to get into PvP, hit me up. We're going to be recruiting. Just join my community Discord. And so you guys know, I'm going to be streaming every day, and I'll be posting more YouTube content more often now. So thank you guys for watching. Peace. And thank you for going Blade style with me, boys. Really, I appreciate it. Later.